And there again, like I said, when one group doesn't do well, the other two have to help us out and pick it up,
Another opponent coming up here that runs the ball, maybe a little bit different stylistically with the quarterback, but when you looked at the tape and you looked at what they did, how quickly correctable are these issues heading into this next matchup?
We're going to do everything we can in our power to correct everything that came up. We will. We're going to make sure that we're ready, 100% ready. So our guys, they come in Wednesday, they're going to be ready to go, and we'll prepare for every look that Chicago has. We know what they're going to do with Fields. We know these two running backs. This offensive line will come off the ball, and we're going to have everybody top to bottom. Man, our front seven and our DBs, we're going to be ready to roll. Those guys are going to be ready. So they got a good plan over there, what they do. And this quarterback can run. We know exactly what he is. He's dangerous, and so we know everything starts with a run game with him, and so we have to improve our area. Like, we have to improve every little thing, all the details that got us to this point in the first place that we did before this week. We have to get back to the basics, and we're going to get back to the basics.
And I know J-Mo didn't have a training camp. He's kind of still working. He's way back into the game. 11 reps, only have one target. Do you guys have to maybe try to get him a little bit more involved, maybe set something up for him, get him a play, get him sparked? You worried all that maybe he gets a little bit frustrated now with 5 targets in 4 games?
So you're asking why we're not giving him more reps?
Yeah. Worried that he could maybe get a little bit frustrated with maybe the lack of being part of it or something like that?
We'll get him more reps.
Yeah.
We'll get him more reps.
Is there any optimism for Deshaun Elliott to be back this week?
Don't know. I don't have a clear answer on that. Kevin and I haven't talked extensively yet on all of the injuries. I've got a general idea of guys, but I don't know where he's going to be at just yet.
Hey, Dan, when you guys have been down this year, they haven't been down for long. They've been resilient. What's been kind of the driving force behind that? And that's obviously something you got to lean on now.
I'm sorry, say that again.
When your guys have been down this year, they haven't been down for long. They've been very resilient. What's been the driving force behind that? And that's obviously something you're going to have to lean on now.
Yeah, well, I think that's us coaches and the veterans, and then our own pride in who we are. And, we know what it's like to be down. We know what it's like to be counted out. And when you don't play well or you don't play winning football, and we were able to get ourselves out of it. So, look, we just had a loss. We had a setback. And that's the thing is that's what's a little frustrating is it does feel like a little bit of a setback. Losing's one thing. But when you lose that way, that's a setback. The good news is that we control our own destiny moving forward as it pertains to that. How we take care of that. So the way we come back into work on Wednesday and the way that we're going to approach the week, we can clean up every bit of that up, And we've got the right type of guys that are going to come in here, and they're prideful, and they're going to put their best foot forward, and we're going to be ready to go.
We've talked about this for a few weeks now, the run game efficiency. Wasn't there again in this one. There's so many things that go into the ground game, so is there something you can point your finger to that's an area that needs to improve quickly to get that where you want it to be?
Yeah, look, it goes back to fundamentals, but I would say even finish. We got to finish better across the board. We just got to finish. And that's one of those things that us as coaches, we have to put an emphasis on it, more of an emphasis than we have, and we really got to hone in on it. And there again, the run game, the first thing everybody looks at is the O-line, because they have, there's 5 of them, they're always going to have a big hand in it. But it's also your tight ends, it's your receivers, and it's the way your backs run. And so everybody's got a hand in this run game, everybody. And it's up for us to design a good run game, and it's up to them to to make a go of it and make it work and finish and all those things. So, I think that's everything we talk about coming in Wednesday. That's part of it too. We just kind of talked about the defense. It's about getting our run game back too. And there again, it doesn't mean we're going to hand the ball off more. It means efficiency. We have to be better when we do run the ball. We have to get more chunks. We have to be better to where, man, it's 2nd and 6, it's 2nd and 5, it's 2nd and 4. It's not 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10 every time we hand the ball off. we have to be better, and so we have to work on it. We have to make an emphasis of it. We have to work on it, and we're going to work on it Wednesday, and we're going to work on it Thursday.
Well, you saw last week as a setback. Does it feel good to know that this next game is a home game to kind of reel it back in?
Yeah, look, it's always good to play home, to get back with our crowd, back at Ford Field, that's always a good thing. So, that'll give us a little pep in our step, get us centered again, and then it's up to us. It's up to us to decide what we want to do and how we want to handle this. And that's the good news. Look, I'm just going to say this again. It stings. It's awful. But, man, it's the best thing that can happen to us, because I think no matter who you are and whatever you do, some of your best work is when you get your face kicked in. And so, that literally, I don't know everybody gets their face kicked in, but I do know, man, when your back's against the wall and you get trotted on and everything's at its worst, you either just stay down there or you get up and you come back motivated and upset with calculated energy and aggression, and, man, you go, and there's a purpose. And so I think this is the best thing for us.
You're looking at it, I mentioned similarly to the way you looked at 1 and 6 when we mentioned you needed that to kind of get to where you're at. So, whether this ends up costing you postseason or not, you see a long-term value to what just happened, just as a turning point, learning lesson for these guys?
Yeah, I think you have to look at it that way. I think you got to everything that can be perceived as a negative, you have to be able to get something out of it. If you don't, it's then you're not. You really aren't growing and learning and making the most of the situation at hand. So, look, it is what it is. That happened. It happened for a reason. We weren't ready, which falls on me. I'm going to have them ready this week, and so it's all about how we respond, and that's the beauty of it. Everything, it's in our hands, how we want to handle this, and so we'll be ready for this one.
Were they in the building today, players?
No, today was treatments. If you had treatments, tomorrow they'll be in.
Mike, last one.
Yeah, when you traded Hawkinson, did you anticipate to get this kind of production from your tight ends? Touchdowns galore.
Well, no, we knew that we would be getting help out of that room, and by committee, if you will. We were hopeful with Zylstra and Wright, and Mitch as he came along. But we also knew most of that production would be spread through Saint and those other guys, as I've said before. But no, so yesterday, he's the one who kind of gets the hot hand, or 2 days ago. Zylstra, was available for the quarterback. Goff trusted him, made some good throws. He made some plays for us, so it worked out. All right.
Thanks.